Good morning. Good morning. How are you? You're in the right place because it's going to be cool in here. Yay. It's been very warm out there. So we've changed a couple things. One is we're going to start our service with this just to kind of bring us all together. And then we're going to have a song. And everybody knows the hot song. It's really, really hard. Do you remember which one it is? I'll tell you in a minute. But first, let's welcome Cahill Delene. Yes.
It's good to be back again.
And then let's welcome the One Heart, One Mind community. Yay!
Yay!
We're plugging them with some seeds right now, so we'll see what happens with the. I won't say what it is, but.
I told my people.
Oh, did you tell your people?
I said we'll think about. We're mulling it over.
Okay. They're mulling it over. It's a good thing. It's not hard. It's good. So anyway, so I'm going to ask you to stand up, and we're going to sing our first song. I release and I let go. Yay. You get to clap on this one, too.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle and no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. And I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. And no more struggle and no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Sit down, turn around, and let's say hello to our spiritual community on the internet. Yay! Hey guys, good to see ya. Yay! All right. All right. So we're going to take you into the other place, that nice calm place. And Mavi is our practitioner today.
In our thought patterns, there is no actual resistance other than the resistance of human consent. And even this resistance is mental. It is never physical. It is never spiritual. It is always mental. Our practice is to see through obstruction to the unobstructed field of what is possible. Jesus the Christ said not to judge according to appearances. He did not say the appearances were false. He said, don't be hypnotized by them. Our mental affirmation changes our consciousness to a new influx of life, and we know only the joy of its own self-expression. Today, as we are in stillness with each other, I invite you to reflect on the following affirmation. I resurrect my consciousness today and every day. I resurrect my consciousness today and every day. I invite you to gently become more aware of your surroundings and the sound of my voice. Today we are in a place that is safe and sacred, a sanctuary. The Om Center and one heart, one mind today make this space a true sanctuary. You are loved here. You are accepted here. You are part of the fellowship. And we are all one. And we love each other. One of the reasons this is possible is because we are all beloved children of God. There is a river of the divine that flows within each of us, and we express that outward to everyone here. This is a day of celebration also. There's much joy and laughter and fun to be had. I invite you to really feel the love here. And if you don't feel it, ask someone. They'll tell you how much they love you. I'm grateful for Martin, who takes all the molecules from the iCloud and he organizes them and he puts them in little regiments, and they allow us to see all of our fellowship members online, thousands of miles away, you sitting here before me, and those who watch later. I'm also grateful for those in service who come here and do the little tiny things that make this place more beautiful and comfortable for everyone. I can't mention them all, but there is our operation manager. There is Steve, who is the representative for the San Diego Padres here. And there are plenty of other people who don't have titles. I respect and admire and am grateful for everyone who does the little things in service. Washing a dish, putting the forks away. You all belong here, and you are all loved. They say that music is the elevation and the ecstasy of the soul, and we have the very best here today, Cahill and Delene. And I just want to say that there's no other place I'd rather be. So let's love each other today, and let's feel that love. I know that everything flows with ease and grace. Everything is perfect. I look forward to the inspirational words of Reverend Dr. Suzette and Reverend Michelle. There's two of them today, so buckle up. And I just want to say that all there is left to do is align with the goodness of today, allow it to all happen naturally, and with me, once again, say, and so it is.
So it is.
And now, more from the magic duo, Cahill and Delene.
Thank you. It's so good to be back, and so soon. We have an original song. We haven't recorded this one yet, but it's called In the Silence, and it definitely goes with the topic today.
3, 4.
I used to run everywhere, angry thoughts here and there. In the silence I am one. In the silence I am whole. In the chatter of my mind, life was spinning out of control. So I let go, I let it go, and I go to my home, and I live in the silence forevermore. I used to think I was smart in my head, but not my heart. then one day my mind stood still. More or less it's like that still. I saw the light that shines around us. The love to remind us to let go. We let it go, and we go to our home, and we live in the silence forevermore. So we let go, we let it go, and we go to our home, and we live in the silence. We forgive in the silence. Yes, we live in the silence forevermore. Thank you.
Wow. Oh, do you want this or you want this?
Oh, this is fun.
Okay. But you know when you do this.
I know. They can yell at me.
Technology, you know. When you do this. You know, I just love when One Heart, One Mind is here because it just brings that fullness to who we already are. And it makes us realize that we're more than what we think we are. And so it's always a pleasure to have Reverend Michelle here. She's just God all over, you know. I watch her and I'm gonna, I wish I could do what she does. So let's give Reverend Michelle a big hand. Come here. You are God all over.
Yeah, we all are, right? Good morning. It's always wonderful to be here. I was listening to Mava. Did I say it right? Mava. Sorry. I was listening to Mava, and she said, we love each other. And I was thinking, yeah, we kind of do have this spiritual equivalent of a bromance going on here. It's like, I don't know what we would call it, soulmance or something, but you know, it's like a bromance, but a lot more meditation and prayer and affirmation and love. Anyway, it's always nice to be here. I'm glad to be here. Uh-oh. Little water. So, as I was preparing my little piece for this morning's service, I started reflecting on the science of mind philosophy and how it has truly enriched and enhanced my life. And I just felt this wash of gratitude kind of come over me. I still feel it this morning. But really, truly, the science of mind philosophy has been one of the greatest gifts of my life. I mean, as soon as I started practicing the principles, my entire life transformed. The moment I walked into what was then the Church of Religious Science in Santa Rosa, California, you know, I started realizing the potential within me. I started really being able to live the divine life in my humanity. You know, I began using the teaching to take me from living as a victim of circumstance to a creative participant of the ongoing unfolding of my life. Oh my gosh. So that's really what I want to talk about this morning, is how we as human beings are so empowered to live our divinity. And that's what we're made for. We are made for this. That's what we're made for. Isn't that great? Yeah. I love that. So I really believe that we're made for this life, and that it isn't only because we can, through the use of law, create circumstances in our life that support us, but it's because in every moment, wherever we are in our everyday lives, the Spirit, the presence of the divine is with us. That's really, I think, the major overall message of the science of mind is you are God. Wherever you go, you are divine, and the divine is with you. So I remember one of the first classes I ever took, well, it was the very first class I ever took in Science of Mind. It was back in 1994. It was a foundations class. And I haven't taught foundations in a long time, but it used to be, I think, 10, 12 weeks, something like that. And in the last class, you were asked to present a project that you had created or put together from what you'd learned throughout the class. And there was this one woman in this class, and she had been writing down affirmations throughout all the weeks. And her project was to give everyone in the class a very beautifully framed affirmation. All beautiful graphics, and it was framed, and it was so thoughtful. And she gave a different one to each person, and the one that she gave me was, Divine Spirit, show me the truth about myself, no matter how beautiful it is. And, we had been going over the basic principles and practices for all these weeks, right? So, I knew what they were, and I knew that I was the presence of the divine, but somehow it sort of still felt like it was out there somewhere. But I tell you, this affirmation just flipped the way that I related my divinity and my life to all the principles and practices. It really changed how I was able to embody the teachings, to embody oh my gosh, what? Me? There's something beautiful and true in me that I haven't discovered yet. So it really brought that home for me and made it really real. Divine Spirit, show me the truth about myself, no matter how beautiful it is. This was just another one of the many gifts that I got from Science of Mind. And I continue to study and practice and learn and discover, even today, as I'm sure you all do. We all do. But I think for me, making these principles and these practices personal is really, really what it's all about. It's learning to live an incredible human life, to know that this thing, this divinity, this God, this presence is expressing through me all the time. And I think this is what we were made for, to be here, to be present, to be the representation, the expression, the ambassador for the divine in form, to bring heaven to earth. When my kids were growing up, a long time ago, they're all, my oldest son will be 52 soon. I'm like, oh my God. I know. Isn't that something? I was 3 when he was born. But years ago, when my kids were just starting to grow up, I wanted to buy a really good camera so I could take pictures of them throughout their lives, right? And so I got myself a really good Nikon camera. It had all the bells and whistles, right? It could do all kinds of stuff. It could adjust the light and automatically focus, and it had this incredible detail and clarity, and I thought, wow, this is awesome. It came pre-installed with all these things. honestly, it was a little intimidating. And so what I did is, for a very long time, I left it on auto mode because I was like, this way, all I have to do is point and click. You know, I don't have to try and figure out how to use all the bells and whistles. You know, it had all this potential, but I had not yet figured out how to do it. So one day, finally decided, okay, I'm going to figure out how to use all the bells and whistles. So I got out the manual and I started using it, and I realized that it really wasn't that hard. It was actually pretty easy. I could set the dials. I could get these incredible pictures. I could do what I wanted. You know, so isn't this a little bit like our human lives? You know, I mean, we just go around on auto mode, not realizing that we have all come pre-installed with love and generosity and resilience and peace and joy, and all of these things are in us, and we have the potential to learn, to know how to use them and to bring them forward. So what happens when we turn off auto mode? What are these special features that we can learn to use when we turn off auto mode? Because we have this capacity within us to be and to live these enormous and beautiful lives. All we have to do is learn how to use what's already within us, and we have these amazing principles and practices to do them. We actually just have to learn how to use them. And I think once we start using them and putting them into practice and seeing what is capable, what we're capable of doing and what we're capable of living, then just being able to point and click seems just a little too simple and a little and not large enough. So, you know, what are some of those special features that we come pre-installed with, you know, when we turn off auto mode that we can use? Well, you know, I've just listed a whole bunch, but I really think that one of the things that we are invited to do is to open up and trust that this life, all of these qualities of the divine, they naturally flow through us when we allow them to. You know, our original design really wants to just let these principles of life flow through us. And what gets in the way are the limiting beliefs, the little stories we tell ourselves, all of the things that get in the way of letting this natural flow happen. And I know that Reverend Suzette is going to talk a little bit about how to get the things out of the way that are in the way, so I'll let her dive into that. But, you know, if you're anything like me, you want to wrestle with the present moment instead of just being present with it. You know, I make it an adversary instead of, okay, here it is. So one of the most empowering questions that I have found to ask myself during these times when I just want to wrestle with what is, can I stay connected to the presence even in this moment? Can I stay grounded? Can I stay still? Can I breathe? Can I allow this just to be what it is and not get myself all tied up in knots? Can I remain connected to the presence that naturally flows through me, that is my divine nature, even in challenging moments? Because here's another gift that Science of Mind has given me. I know that I am never alone in greeting whatever is in front of me, that there is always a presence and a power within me and larger than myself that is with me in every moment. And we all are. It's with all of us. So when I watch the news and I start spinning in fear, I can return to that presence through faith. when I'm in traffic and somebody cuts me off, and my first impulse is to shake my fist and react, there is something deeper in me that I can connect to calm down and respond. Tell myself a story, like usually I say, they're on their way to the hospital.
Yeah.
It's okay.
They will get there.
They're on their way to the hospital. I have the capacity to draw in that presence. When life is not unfolding the way I think it should, when a loved one relapses, when you get a terrible diagnosis, when you fill in the blanks. It doesn't mean that these things don't hurt. They do. We're human. We can embrace them, but we don't face them alone, because I know that there is a wisdom in me that is larger than my own. And I know that there's a love in me that is deeper than fear. And I know that there is a strength in me that is not based on my own willpower. That there is a presence in me that always is here. I think that's what Jesus meant in that biblical quote. I think it's in John 15, when he says, "Abide in me as I abide in you." I actually wrote the quote down. I'll read the whole thing. "Abide in me as I abide in you. Just as the branch cannot bear fruit by itself unless it abides in the vine, I am the vine, you are the branches. Those who abide in me and I in them bear fruit." It's all God. He was saying the presence of God is in me. Come with me here. Live with me here. Abide with me. Just as I abide in you and you abide in me. It's namaste. The God in me is with you. I love that word, abide. We don't really use that. It's not really a common everyday word anymore, right? But it means to dwell, to remain, to live, to build our home here. I abide in you. And it's not saying, you got to find God somewhere. You got to abide. No. He's saying that the branch doesn't struggle to be a part of the vine. We don't have to struggle to be a part of God. We already are. And when we relax and abide in that, just like all those things that I was talking about, when the guy cuts you off or you get the bad diagnosis, when we can abide here, we're never alone. We can live here. And the more often we do it, and the more often we bring ourselves back to that home, the easier life becomes, and the more we can draw life into the everyday moments. Because he's not saying that we have to connect with God or we have to become more spiritual. Heck, we're dripping in spirit right here, right now. We don't have to go anywhere or do anything. We just recognize and abide. We were made to express the life of God in our ordinary human lives. To take something that's infinite and intelligent and wise and generous and loving and peaceful and vital and joyful, and to make it wonderfully ordinary. We don't have to become saints or gurus or perfect people. I mean, if you want to. But we don't have to do that. We're ordinary human beings learning to live extraordinary lives in every moment. Because we are made for this. We are made for this.
Except when this happens.
I knew that was going to happen.
I know. I was trying to think of how could I introduce this. How do you follow that? I know. Well, do I have a story for you?
Yes, hopefully.
In fact, if this has happened to you, I love you. If this happened to you this last week, come see me later. I love how you went, oh! Because exactly, bring my volume up. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you in the back hear me? Okay, good. So I was hacked.
Oh, no.
And I'm sorry?
Did you stay connected to press?
Was it one of those invitations?
It was one of those invitations. So if you got an invitation from me or from anybody on the internet, delete it. I don't care if it's your grandmother. Delete it, because mine went to 3,800 people. And the interesting thing, well, I'm going to give you the story because I think it's important that you understand what's going on here. Again, if you did get it and you opened it up, see me after the service, because you're going to need to do something with your computer. Anyway, long story short, but it's a long story. On Wednesday morning, I woke up and I was out doing some projects. I like to do projects around my place. You know, I try to get at least an hour or two. And then I came back in. I always come in. I always check the news. I always do stuff. And my computer is green or blue, this solid blue color, and it says, downloading programs.
Oh, no.
Software. 90% done. And I'm like, I don't know that Microsoft has got a download coming right now. And then I'm watching it, and then I see my mouse going like this. And I'm not doing that. I've seen this before. I turned my computer off completely. Within a minute, I had a phone call. Actually, I had Sean Madden texting me and saying, is this really you? I'm like, no, delete it. And then I couldn't get any emails because I couldn't get any emails. But I got more texts, and then I had a phone call, and then I got a call from one of the jobs or the workplaces I work. It says, you've been hacked, shut everything down. Do you have a laptop? Yes, turn it off. Turn it off. Okay. So the interesting part about this is about 2 months ago, I had gotten an email from someone I know from Hefferland that said, that asked me for the invitation, and I had opened it up. You did too. Oh, I'm so sorry. And so I went through all the processes of, trying to do McAfee and clean it up, see if there's anything there. Didn't see anything. But I've noticed the last couple of months my computer has been slowing down. So something was kind of like off, but I didn't quite know until I was hacked. So what that tells me, and I'm saying this to you because if this happens to you, is your computer will slow down to a pace where you're like, this is really frustrating. And I have a very fast, one of the fastest computers you can get. i9. Anybody heard of an i9? Okay, it's next size. You have one too. They're really good. So anyway, so I had a lot of these emotions going on. And as I was creating my talk, I thought, okay, I love AI. So I had AI, and now I have to tell you, I got back on. But so the pictures you're going to see were after the fact. But I asked AI, I need you to put something together that would kind of express what I was going through. And I tell you this because I think, as you're mentioning, we go through this stuff. We go through this all the time. It doesn't have to be a hacked computer. It could be somebody cutting you off. It could be a diagnosis. It could be anything. And I think I've heard them all. But I created, she's a she to me, created this beautiful picture.
Oh, yeah.
So the first thing that happens to you is you have panic, right? You panic. There's fear, what if? Oh, you get overwhelmed. All these thoughts are going through my mind. Oh my God. What about all my pictures? And what about all my, I was like, oh my goodness. And then there's a little anger, like, I have choice words, but we won't use them today. A little anger going on. I'm really frustrated because I can't do a thing. I can't. I have to. Both of my computers are gone. They're like gone. Nothing. And I'm irritated and maybe some resentment because Marilyn Leo sent me a. Marilyn, I love you, by the way, if you are listening to this. Because I got this invitation, right? But then something happened to me along the way, and it's that thing you called spiritual practice. Is that because I know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that within me is this divine part. And I started to surrender. Now that doesn't mean it doesn't come back up. But I started to surrender to what is the possibilities. I had to pause, I had to breathe. Had to start listening to what can I get out of this, and then what are the possibilities. And at the bottom line it says, let go, trust, be open, new beginnings. I hadn't thought about the new beginnings yet, but I definitely, I had to go from my own reactions to creating something, from resistance to flow, and from fear to freedom. Now that sounds really easy. That's God calling. Tell him I'll get it to him later. But each emotion in there has its points. The points of where am I going to go with this? Am I going to stay there or am I going to move forward? And what am I going to do? Am I going to, as you so pointedly said to me as we were talking about this talk, am I going to be primal with this? Am I going to stay there? Or am I going to have a spiritual response? So I was surprised, I'll be real honest, how calm I was. I was really surprised because I went through the gamut, and I still go through a little bit, and now it's more frustration, and I'll tell you why later. But I needed to know, am I going to be ruled by fear? Am I going to be ruled by anger? Or am I going to panic? What am I going to do with this? I can do whatever I want. And as Michelle has said many, many times, we are meant for these kinds of challenges. I can speak to people who've not ever done Science of Mind and people who have, and they go through some really horrific things, and most of us just kind of, we have the people stuff, but we go through it going, okay, I'm gonna make it through this. I'm gonna get through this. I don't have to think about this. I can call upon my wisdom. I can call upon. I've done this before. How many people had a trouble in their life that year, or last year, or the year before? And did you make it? You made it. So that means you're good, you're creative, and you're working with something that's greater than you are, and as a result of that, it just allows you to say, okay, I can do this again. I can do this again. So, as you have said so poignantly today, we're made for this moment. We're made for this moment. Now, I'm going to give you a little history of what we do, though, normally. Is we'll say something like, oh, everything's just fine, but then everything is ruined. That's exactly how I felt. And this sometimes happens in a moment, like a phone rings, we get the email, I got the text, right? We get a diagnosis. How many people have had a diagnosis here? And if you feel comfortable doing it, and then God, but I'm going to get through this. Raise your hands, yeah. See, we're not alone. We all go through this. Or somebody says something hurtful. Or you say something hurtful. And then you think about it all the time about or a computer crashes. But we have these physical things that happen to us, okay? And what I want you to know is that you're human. You just are. But you have all the tools that are inside you. The thing is, we're programmed from ancient times. That's kind of come up through the ways to today, where this is stuff that's from old. And if we know that, then we can say, well, okay, that's there. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. Science of Mind says this. I love what Science of Mind says about this. It says, Science of Mind never promised an easy life. God, I wish I'd known that when I started. It took me a long time to figure that one out. It promises there is a power within us greater than any condition before us. Not because life won't become difficult. It does. But because we're built for transformation, not for comfort. Instead, we are made for consciousness. We're made to be conscious of the way we are in the world. Now, I want to talk a little bit about anger and panic. because something happens to us when we have that going on. And it's something like this. Anger isn't the enemy. I talked about this last month. It's not the enemy. It's, because we say to ourselves, I should be above this, right? How many of you get angry? Everybody raise your hands. Okay. Well, you're not above it. Okay. And it's okay. You say, I should know better, but I don't. I don't. There's just all these different things that happen to us. And then when we get anger becomes panic. What happens is anger's only for a few minutes. Panic can then take over. It takes over us. You can either be the tiger, there's a tiger up there, or you can get an unexpected email. But our nervous system is there for us to understand it, to walk through it, and to realize that we're not in survival mode. We're going to get through this, but we have to know what it does. If you don't understand how your system works, what happens is it takes over and it controls you. But if you understand there's a process that goes along the way, then you get better. Brene Brown says, we cannot selectively numb emotions. When we numb the painful emotions, we also numb the positive emotions. It's better to feel it, go through it, and say, okay, what's going to happen on the other side? And these are just, if anybody wants these I have these slides for you, because I think that sometimes we have to remind ourselves that, oh, that's what I'm going through, but I can make it. I can get through this. Ernest Holmes says, Spirit is forever seeking to express itself through us in greater and greater ways. So this is just like a mask that we can shed. We can get through it. And really what's really happening is the question is, who are you going to become now when these things happen? What are you really going to do? Just going to panic? Or are you going to say, okay, I don't like this. This really is bad. This really sucks. But you can either be a primal thinker, or as Reverend Michelle says this to her kindergarten, right? Kids. She gave this to me. I said, don't use that because I'm going to use it. Or you could become a powerful thinker. You can pull all that stuff that we've been teaching you all these years, all those little words up there, and you can say, I'm going to be a powerful speaker for myself for this situations. In fact, you said this too, and it's funny, it was in the talk too. There's a power good in the universe, and you can use it. Now, Ernest Holmes didn't say the power that removes any inconvenience of that, though. He said we have to change our consciousness first. We have to change our consciousness, and we have to embody them. That's why when you leave here, we hope that you get one piece of something that you can then go give it away, because when you give it away, then I know you know it. Because I know you're practicing it. And you don't have to give it to the world, because not everybody's going to believe you. But you give it to somebody that's open and ready. And that's the most important thing. So, the resolution of my dilemma. I totally surrendered. And I decided not to fight the process. Now, I didn't know how long it was going to take. I really didn't. And I was like, oh, I have a talk to write. I've got some work I have to do, blah, 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 blah. But I just had to surrender. I had to surrender. So I had to clean 2 computers completely. And I found out it took 6 steps. So if you need to do that, let me know. It's very easy. That's all I'll say. But I started fresh. Now, what's interesting is that how many people have bought a brand new computer? Isn't it refreshing when you have a brand new computer? Everything works. It's fast. It doesn't have any garbage on it. So I was like, oh, everything works again. My i9 is really fast now, for someone who knows what I'm talking about. It's like, oh. And I didn't realize how bad it was. It's kind of like when you get a knee replacement. You don't realize how much pain you're in until you get the knee replacement. And you go, oh my God, it's gone, right? And yet I'm still spending time I even bought a software program for my passwords. And that's giving me trouble now. I'm like, do I really want this? Do I really want that? So I'm in decision making of what I really want. But I'm back on track, you know, and I save all my talks and everything else on an external drive. Just a little fast external drive. And I asked the person who told me that I had to do this to my computers. I said, do I have to do it in my external drives? He says, well. The answer is probably yes. I said, well, if it happens to me, then it's in there. I'll know it, and I'll just wipe it all clean again, and I'll just start over again. At least I know now if it's in there, but I don't think it was. I think it just was in my C drive or whatever drive it was. And the other thing, which was kind of an interesting thing I hadn't really realized, is that I got to do other things. I could sit there and just moan and groan and be really upset about not having my computers, or I could go do some other things. So one of the things I had to do is we had an outdoor dripping faucet that's old, you know, galvanized, and it won't turn on or off. And I have this huge drip going on. I'm thinking, oh, there's how many gallons a day am I losing? That's water that I'm doing. So I thought, okay, I'll fix that. The problem was, and I didn't know this, is that, again, another possibility here is that when I unscrewed it and I tried to turn it off, it wouldn't turn off, but I thought, well, I'll turn the water off on the house. Well, it's not connected at the house. It's connected at the street.
Yes.
So I had to prior do all this work to realize, okay, I'm gonna get soaked. So you should have seen me. Should have seen me down there taking this thing off, because I had to. It was even the old faucet part, or the part that was on the spigot. Thank you, was frozen. So I had to drill it off. And I'm thinking, oh God, be careful, because if you drill too far, then the water's going to spurt out of there, and you'll never get that fixed. So I'm it was a mess. Anyway, I finally got it off, and of course there's water going 5 billion miles an hour.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, okay, you can do this. It's not that bad. And I had a special fixture. This is terrible. It's a Y connection, but it has nice heavy faucet turnoffs, right? So I'm down there pushing on this thing, going, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. And all I had to do was get one thing to work, and all of it's done. It's working, but it's still spurting water out like crazy. I'm like, oh, I'm in really bad trouble. And I just keep tightening it, and I keep tightening it. I've never done this before either. And I'm tightening it, and finally, it stops. The water stops, and I go, yay! And I knew my neighbors knew something good had happened. Again, another demise. You know, I could have gone, oh my God, I'm in trouble. How am I going to stop the water? But I just kept working at it. Again, believing that there's something inside of me that says I can make this work. And I'm only a girl. I said, where are the guys when I need them, right?
Yes.
But it works, and now it doesn't drip at all. And we get to water both the lemon tree, which there are some lemons here, please take them, and oranges. Come do yours? No. Actually, we're getting some work done, and I thought, let's have them fix that so we don't have a frozen. It's so old. It's since 1970 faucet. So the point I'm trying to make is we are made for this, and we need not forget. So I'm going to give you some reminders. Here's the reminder. We weren't made for lives without difficulty. We were. We were made to awaken through difficulty. It's the faucet. Okay, there's a drip. How much is that costing me? I got to fix that. We're made to fix things, to realize what's going on. Every challenge becomes a practice. We have an opportunity here. So don't be afraid of it. And if you're afraid of it, call somebody to help you either fix it or move you through the difficulty, okay? Every interruption becomes an invitation. It has been a rough week, I tell you. In fact, I was supposed to go to a concert, and I was so tired from all the things I had to do yesterday that I even forgot about the concert. I was so tired. I was like, I'm exhausted. So every obstacle becomes an opportunity to remember who we really are. Not frightened people trying to become spiritual, but spiritual beings remembering our true nature. That's really who we are. So in the coming weeks, if you have something like this happen, like a bad conversation, a diagnosis, some financial insecurities, watch the stock market go like this, right? A family, anybody have family conflicts? Oh yes, we have those. Or you're disappointed about something. Whatever happened, I want you to remember that you've survived before and you'll continue to survive again. It's a challenge. It's just a growth challenge. It's another thing. I mean, I don't think there's a day that goes by that I don't have something that's like that. And the little things can be either big things or you can keep a lot of littles and just keep moving forward. But you're made for this. And here's why. It's because the divine life within you has never stopped unfolding into greater wisdom, greater courage, and greater love. That's what Michelle said. I'm saying it. It's inside of you. Love yourself and know that there's a possibility out there, even though it doesn't look like it. The appearance, as Mama said in her prayer, the appearance may not look like it. It is always out there. So I'm going to invite you to close your eyes. I'm going to read a couple of quotes, and then I'm going to do a little very short meditation prayer so we can take this into our week. So Brene Brown says this. She says, own your story and love yourself through that process is the bravest thing you can ever do. Own your story and know that you're brave. And Joel Goldsmith says, the kingdom of God is within you, and it is found when you cease looking outside yourself for security. It's not outside of you. It's always inside of you. It's always possible. So as I end with a prayer, I want you to know that we are made for this moment, to release our anger and turn it into understanding, to transform any fear that we might have into wisdom, to pause before reacting, to listen before deciding, and trust the presence that is with us. And so as we move from primal thinking to powerful thinking, I just invite you to welcome what's possible. And to know that as you move through the next week, month, rest of the year, that you have it. You have everything that it takes to make that happen. And so you should bless yourselves and say, thank you, God, for this. Thank you, God, for this. Thank you for allowing me to know that truth about myself. And for that, I am just grateful. And I release these words into the next week, the next month, the next year, knowing this is the absolute truth of everyone here. Everyone online, all those that are going to listen to this message later, it's all good and it's all perfect. And so it is. Let's bring back Cahill Delene. Yay!
Mm-hmm. So we make choices all the time, don't we? This song is about making choices that no matter what, we choose love.
can see tears. I see a choice, love or fear. What do you choose? I can see peace, or I can see war. I can see sunshine, or I can see a storm. What do you choose? Now I choose to love with freedom flying from my heart where the light keeps shining. I choose to feel the whole world crying for the strength that we can rise above. I choose love. I choose love. I can see sharing, or I can see greed. I can see caring, or poverty. So what do you choose? I can see gardens, or I can see bombs. I can see life or death coming on strong. So what do you choose? Now I choose to love with freedom flying from my heart where the light keeps shining. I choose to feel the whole world crying for the strength that we can rise above. I choose love. I choose love. I see us healing, the darkness dying. I see us dawning as one world united. What do you choose? Love or fear? Oh, we choose. Choose to love with freedom flying from my heart where the light keeps shining. I choose to feel the whole world crying. I choose to feel one voice rising. I choose to feel us all united in the strength that we can rise above. I choose love. 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 That's a song by Sean Galloway, and he has a beautiful video on YouTube on that one.
All right. Wow. This is our time of giving and receiving. This is for you. But inside your envelope is a card. And Gosh, if I brought anything up for you, they'll take care of you in the back. So you can raise your hand if you don't have one. There's a card in there, and in that card, if I stirred up anything that's unlike you, please write it down as a prayer, and we'll pray over that today. So we'll give you a few minutes to do that, and then we'll pray over the offering. Thank you. Okay. Come on up. Just put one heart. Just put one heart on there, and we'll separate it. Put one heart. That way we separate it. Figuring some things out. I'm going to make a couple of announcements. First of all, if you don't know who you are, Tom Sander and Gisela Sander made this wonderful workbook. It's a little book that talks about who I am, the truth about me. And we're going to get a bunch of these, and you can have them for free. So, and then I have to talk to Gisela about maybe putting this on the internet. But it's just and Gisela did all the handwriting. Amazing. God, it's that beautiful. But it's like truth of who I am, intuition, joy, courage, abundance, peace, harmony. And then you'll open it up. And let me get through here. So love. And then she has an explanation of it. And then, is this like a prayer? Like a prayer for love. Anyway, it's really amazing. I'm just blown away by how incredible it is. And we'll have some of these later, probably next month whenever I get to see you again. You have one for everybody. So, and I have some here. I've moved things around so I can't find them. So we have that. Then today we have a birthday party. Who's the birthday girl? Stand up, birthday. Joyce, yay. And Renee too. Yay. We have let's sing happy birthday.
Oh, there we go.
Here we go. Let's do it.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you and you and you. Happy birthday, we love you. Happy birthday to you and many, many, many more.
lots of activities at night. So if you get the newsletter, I'm trying to get it out a little sooner so you can see more activity going on. Okay, are we ready to collect here?
Prayers on this side.
Okay, prayers. Okay, so if you can play some background music for me for a moment, we will share. Let me take yours. Take yours. Thank you. So we got a lot of prayers here today. I'm gonna just put. I'll try and make it easy for you. How many of that? 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we're even. We're even. Look at that.
All right. Oh, let's take a breath. Just feel that life filling you as the presence of the divine in and through and as. This presence within it is everything that could ever possibly be needed in our human lives. And so we know that it is loving and peaceful and joyful. It is vitality and health. It is abundance. It is connection. It is the all that is, all that is. And we are in it. We are dripping in it. And so I speak my word for the people whose prayer requests I hold, that there is health and wholeness and healing moving through them from this infinite source, that the world is peaceful and calm and grounded in the loving presence of this divinity, and that there is enough abundance for all. There is enough to spare and share of financial wealth and all of the resources that we need. All is well. And for this, I'm grateful, and I just pass my word to Suzette, Reverend Suzette.
So I accept the light, and what I know is if there are any disagreements in any kind of relationship, whether it be a spouse, a friendship, a neighbor, that we call in peace. We call in the love that resides at the bottom of everything, and claim it, knowing that we are being guided to bring that peace. Bring that peace, bring that love back to the surface, and that everything and anything is possible. So we claim that. I'm knowing that if anyone there's a few of here that are going through some surgeries or some chemo, that we claim for them perfect health. That God moves through the chemicals, God moves through the surgery, the doctors, the medication, all of it is all part of the divine that is doing its work. It's in the invisible, but it is visible because it works and it does its job, and Spirit's at the center. I'm knowing anyone that is looking for a job, looking for employment, that there is so much out there available, that they're overwhelmed. And it's about moving into the direction of knowing they're good and the thing that makes them sing. Sing loud, sing in their hearts, sing in the world. They let go of the jobs that no longer fulfill their need, but sing in the world of good. What good can I bring to the world? And they claim that, and they find the perfect job, that one or even something even better. But they don't ignore themselves. They come to the center of who they are. I know that if anyone here is working with workman's comp, insurance, anything that's claiming disarray, which appears to be disarray, that there's really order in balance in the process. And that they know beyond a shadow of a doubt, because they are one with the divine, they give prayer, they give love, they practice the principles that the universe is fair and it knows the best outcome for them. And that outcome is always good. So I'm claiming that there is order and balance and peace in that process. And I'm also praying for the world. The world needs us right now. And so every day our prayer should be for peace, for order, for balance, for love, for understanding, for clarity and oneness. Because we're all the same. We're all the same. And last but not least, we pray for the Padres. Pray for the Padres, knowing that winning streak continues, that our prayers are powerful, and they win. And for that, I'm simply grateful that we can know the seriousness of life, and we can know the love of God, and we can know the joy of knowing that the Padres win. And for that, I am grateful. I release these words knowing that it's done here now. Join me in saying, and so it is. Okay. How fun is that? All right, so anybody that wants prayer after the service, that's back in our prayer room. Mava is your practitioner today, and online. Can we see everybody's beautiful pictures today? We have Candace.
So colorful.
It is. We had up to 12 people here, I think, one point. Donna, Dee, Tom's at home. Jody's there. Abigail, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
hi. Hi, everybody. That's right. Nan, okay. Oh, there, Donna. I saw the exclamation, Donna. Stay online. Anyway, it's so good to see you guys. I'm really glad that you're here. I hope you enjoyed today. There we go. There we go. All those pictures. Happy birthday, Joy. Look at that. All the way from over there. All right. Everybody's saying hello. Yeah. So what we do here is we have an affirmation. We do that, and then we'll sing Let There Be Peace on Earth. So I invite you to stand up, grab a hand, across the aisle. There we go. Look at this. It's full house today. I love it. We got room over here, guys. Come on over here. Grab a hand. We're holding on to you guys on the TV there. All right, let's do the affirmation. I am an expression of God, born into the richness and abundance of the indwelling presence. Today I walk upon my world, consciously creating oneness within and around me. And so it is. Hit it.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as our power, loved ones all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyful vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with
right. Let's start the party.